Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. There's an election every year in Virginia, but the main event tends to be the election for governor. It follows what's going on now, the presidential election. Presidential election is when turnout peaks, and because of that, Virginia's growing center-left, read Democratic vote also peaks. In Virginia, early polling, for what it's worth, shows President Biden ahead of the presumed Republican nominee, Donald Trump. It should be noted, however, that Biden's approval rating here stinks. That he's leading Trump means voters dislike the current president less than they dislike the former president. Virginia's election for governor is one of two gubernatorial elections held in the U.S. the year after the country picks a president. That makes the Virginia contest, the other is in New Jersey, something of a referendum on what's happening in Washington. New Jersey doesn't get as much attention because it tends to be reliably Democratic. Virginia is more competitive. And that means the result for governor is often interpreted as a measure of satisfaction or dissatisfaction with the party that controls the White House. Put another way, it's an early sign of what might happen in the congressional midterm elections, when typically a president's party loses seats in the House and the Senate. The pattern in Virginia for nearly 50 years has been that the party that wins the presidency loses for governor. This is known as the Virginia curse, and it's held in every election for governor except one. That was in 2013, when Democrat Terry McAuliffe won for governor the year after Democrat Barack Obama was reelected president. The curse was restored 4 years later. A Democrat, Ralph Northam, was elected governor the year after Trump won the White House. And in 2021, a Republican, Glenn Youngkin, narrowly took the governorship. The previous year, Biden defeated Trump. One of the explanations for the curse? Turnout can drop sharply from one year to the next. That can magnify the strength of the most disciplined voters, and that too can vary. In 2021, Republicans were far more motivated than Democrats, who were disheartened by Biden's bumpy start as president. The pandemic, a slowing economy, the bungled withdrawal from Afghanistan, all combined to weaken Democratic enthusiasm. So you can bet that the political handicappers will be closely following the presidential race in Virginia, as well as the opening months of the next administration. They'll establish a benchmark for the governor's election, not just which voters need to be mobilized, but which candidate can do that. On the Democratic side, polling shows Abigail Spanberger, a member of Congress, better positioned than Richmond Mayor LeVar Stoney. There are two Republican prospects for governor, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears and the Attorney General Jason Miyares. It's anyone's guess who'd win the Republican nomination. One thing is certain, the national election will have a big impact on what happens at the state level. History shows as much, and you know how Virginians feel about history. For the Richmond Times-Dispatch, this is Jeff Shapiro.